My name is Gopinath. I head the institutional channel and, of course, the core banking channel at Canara Robeco. I've been fortunate to be with the firm almost since the time the joint venture was formed. Uh, at the outset, I just wanted to thank all our partners, who have stayed through all our journey over the past 17 years. I'm pretty fortunate to be speaking to all of you all this evening. As you're aware, we started this series called Perspectives. The idea of this was to connect with our partners, and each time we try and pick up topics that is of relevance, just not for market outlook, etc., but more in terms of understanding the market dynamics. We try and make it as interesting as possible. The idea being that we keep giving different perspectives, as the right word. That's how the event is called. That would enhance not only us as manufacturers, but the experience with all of us as partners. This is a series that we started about 2 months back, and I'm very happy today to introduce the guest of the day today. I'm happy to introduce Sivachandran ji. Shiva is based at Chennai. Today's topic is, I would say, relevant for me as an individual, but for all of us who are handling clients, partners, etc. I would like to obviously take the opportunity to invite and introduce Mr. Shiva. I saw his profile; it was very interesting. He's a mechanical engineer, a design engineer, and from there we would be keen to know as to how he walked into the world of financial services and into a very interested area. So that's a pretty interesting area that we are in today. The area for today that we are discussing is credit score. So this is an area that all of us today are facing in terms of a reality. Each one of us have a credit score based on our credit history. For whatever limited gyan I could get over the last 2 days when I was asked to host this, I realized that this is such an important topic. And we thought it will be good to hear it from a professional who spent, I think, more than 10 years handling this agenda. Sivachandran is part of the founding group of a Chennai-based company, Failed CIBIL. And as the name indicates, they specialize in the area of credit scores, especially addressing clients' requirements. Now, this is an area which caught my attention because all along, we normally are used to the fact that if your credit score is X, then you are on the right side in terms of any opportunities you need in terms of raising a loan. But then I realized as I get closer that there is more to a credit score than just a number. I thought it would be nice to get our speaker of the day to quickly run us through a very brief presentation. The presentation obviously takes us through what are the dynamics as far as CIBIL and credit score is concerned, what are the myths and realities, and what are the fallback options in case someone's credit score needs to be corrected. Post that, obviously, we will do an interaction. I would now like Sivachandran ji to upload the presentation. So before I start this, Mr. Chandran, please, I'm extremely curious from being a mechanical engineer and a design engineer. Can you just give us a big background as to what made you get into this area of credit scores?
Yeah, good evening. Thank you so much, Gobi. Myself, Sivachandran, founder and CEO, TSMAT Cibli Consulting Private Limited. Just I did my Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical Consulting. After that, just I was worked as a design engineer for past 10 years. After that, just I start our career from the financial sector, especially CIBIL. Why I'm getting that interest from this area? Some of my friends getting just did some businesses. They had a lot of transactions and very good financial strength, but unfortunately, they didn't took loan when they need because of CIBIL. Okay, one of my friend attempted suicide because of this issue.
Sad.
So After that, just I would like to crack this issue. For this problem, most of the people doesn't know anything about this. What is CIBIL? What is the meaning of that? Why it is important? Like that. After that, I switch over my career from government sector into business.
Wonderful.
For the past 10 years, just I cracked more than 1 lakh people's credit score and then availed loan for them also.
Amazing. 100,000. That's a large number, sir.
Yeah, it's almost 10 years of hard work and trial and error method, blah blah. After that, only we got exact perfect solution for this.
Amazing, sir. So without much wasting much ado, if we can just run through the presentation, please.
Sure. Yeah. So about us, just we are failed Cibli. We are a trusted partner in credit score development and loan consultation for individual and business owners for what we understand importance of the healthy credit score in achieving your financial goals, and we are dedicated to helping you build your repair your scores. So briefly, what is the mean by CIBIL? CIBIL is a company. The credit score is the exact term. Most probably the company name CIBIL was started in 2005. The first credit score company in India. That's why the bankers also using the same term. Instead of credit score, they are using CIBIL score. It's not a CIBIL score, it's a credit score. CIBIL is a concern. 4 major bureaus in India. So first one, CIBIL. Second one, Experian. Third one, CRIF. Fourth one, Equifax. The more 4 major bureaus. Apart from that, we are taking some sub-vendors, Paisa Bazaar, Bank Bazaar, like that. They are not a direct bureaus. They are the sub-vendors only. Okay. In CIBIL, they have 2 terms. One is the individual CIBIL. The second one is the company MSME ranking, CMR. Okay, the CIR, Credit Information Report, which took from bank. CMR for companies only.
Corporates.
Yes. CCR, the personal CIBIL score, which taken from customers. And the ranges. For the CIR and then CMR ranges. For example, if for one person, either individual, the CIR, Credit Information Report, range from 300 to 900. This is the minimum and maximum range.
So 300 is the lowest, and 900 is
900
the best.
is the highest. Okay. Right. So most probably most of the bankers are encouraging more than 750 is the better score. But from our end, is not a matter of number, because we faced several customers which already having the score of 800 but got rejection of loans.
Right.
So credit score is not a matter of number, it's a bigger area of subject. Okay. And then
right. So what you're saying is that just because you have 750, it doesn't mean that everything is correct. There is more than just a number.
Yes. For example, the customer having gold loans now. The individual having gold loans, they are normally getting more than 800 in CIBIL score, credit score. But some errors is there in the inside the credit score now, they won't be get any loans.
Okay.
Okay. So then CMR is a range from 1 to 10. In individual CIBIL, more than 750 is a good score. Now CMR is a vice versa reverse. Below 5 is a good score. Above 5 is the bad score.
Okay, it's the reverse then.
Yeah,
so for MSME, the lower the better.
The lower is the better. Okay. Right. So this is already we discussed. The 4 major credit bureaus in India: TransUnion CIBIL, Experian, CRIF, Highmark, and then Equifax.
But by far, CIBIL is the largest market share, right?
Yeah. In present days, the CIBIL having the largest number of clients and the market share is there. But accuracy level is getting very poor recent days. Comparatively, CRIF and Equifax, TransUnion CIBIL getting poor accuracy level.
Right.
For past 1 or 2 years. So it's a general terms. Which are the factors are affecting either CIR or CMR? The delayed payment. Suppose the customer having the EMI data 5th. But customer,
Right.
what he said is, sir, the EMI date is 5th only, but I paid 6th itself, but it's getting some damage in my CIBIL. Exactly,
Right.
the delay payment of a single day also getting damage into your CIBIL.
So
Why?
it is
Because
not the number of days of delay. A delay is a delay.
delay is a delay. Okay. Why? Because na just a delayed in a single day, it accumulate overdue charges, penalty amount, check bounce charges, interest on interest, everything will be accumulate into your loan account. But our people what this did now, just simply clear the EMI only. The charges will be accumulate each and every month, and then DPD days, delayed payment days, will accumulate from 0 to 30, 60, 90, like that. The maximum number of DPD days is 900 days only. Okay,
So
it will be
essentially, people should not go up to the due date. The earlier they pay, the better for them.
one day earlier.
Okay, at least one day earlier, or
Yeah,
better
it's
to
an
clear it much
automated
earlier.
system only. So
Okay.
yes, it's an automated system only. So we need to maintain the balance at least 24 hours earliest, because the bank to bank is vary.
Correct.
Okay, so
Correct.
24 hours earlier, and then
And I
credit to
think
loan.
if the day is a public holiday, then it goes the previous day or something like that. So that's how it was.
In the certain cases we can claim. Okay,
Done.
suppose public holidays or something like that, na, just we can claim those issues. But
So there is a question on the system, sir. What happens to clear on time, or the day in which the credit happens is taken?
the bank is responsible only.
So it is the banker's
Bank is
responsibility.
responsible only.
Okay.
Suppose you are maintaining the balance sufficiently, but unfortunately the ECS bounced, no, that's not our mistake. The banker
Got it,
mistake
sir.
only. We
Got
can
it.
claim the issue and then we can recover.
Right. And sir,
Okay.
what is the ideal score for a CCR? It is the previous slide, but if you can just tell us what is the ideal score for the previous.
Ideal score is what we discussed now. The 650 plus is the above 650 is the okay. It's a nominal 750 plus
Done.
na.
Done.
Yeah,
Done.
what is the difference between the 650 and then 750? Na? Suppose our banker are ready to give the housing loan for the concern.
Right.
Okay, person having the 750 score, now we can get a rate of 8.25.
Right.
For the same scenario, same salary, the person having 650 only score now, it will get at 9% per
Got
annum.
it, sir.
Okay, so
Brilliant.
the rate of interest will be different.
Got it, sir.
Okay.
So the better the score, you also have a better opportunity to get very good terms. Yeah,
Yes.
the more important point, I was curious to know credit utilization of more than 30%. Can you please
Yeah,
elaborate
credit
this,
card
Mr. Chandra?
utilization more than 30% means the bankers nowadays are running the app score.
Okay.
Each and every bankers maintaining separate app score. It's entirely different from credit score.
Okay.
Okay, the app score, how the app calculated the score na, based on the utilization.
Okay.
Schedules. Okay, and then overdraft account details.
So, sir, what you are saying is, if my credit limit is 1 lakh, as far as possible, one should not get pretty much close to using the limit on a consistent basis. Am I right, sir?
Yes. So we need to maintain at least just you need to maintain the utilization at 30% or below 30%.
Okay, so you maintain an unutilized limit, of at least 30% and more, right? Don't go to the brim as far as the utilization is concerned.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
what
you get
happens,
the
sir, if
account.
so is it per credit card? Suppose I have two different credit cards.
Per credit cards.
I can do 50% here, 50% here. Is that okay?
Per credit card limit only.
Per credit card. Okay, fine.
Per credit card. Okay. And then utilization overdraft account, who having the businessman maintaining the overdraft account or CC account.
Right.
Not more than 70%.
Okay, so in case people are maintaining an overdraft account, if you are consistently drawing more than 70%, it impacts your affect. Got it, sir.
Okay. And then some people,
yeah, no, I'm saying, so the most important point I think all of us do is that most of the credit cards still say unutilized limit, so we go about using it. But you're saying that it's better to keep some leeway or some gap allowed, so that we don't kind of get very forced to do that, just to keep up some points, right? So it is better to keep unutilized limits.
Yes.
Yeah. the credit card minimum dues.
Yeah, most of the people are utilizing the 1 lakh credit card, but they're only paying 5,000 rupees as a minimum due only.
But Mr. Chandran, on a lighter note, when the bank sends an SMS for the due, they should say that you have to pay 1 lakh and keep quiet. But then they say that please pay a minimum balance of 400. So we should not get tempted with that. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's why they are sending like that. Now the rate of interest for that credit card is more than 36% per annum.
Right.
Okay, so they are trying to increase their profit.
Right. So essentially, when you roll over and you leave unpaid dues, it then starts to impact.
Yes.
So is there a calculation? So suppose I paid only 10% of my dues and I roll over just because the bank allows. It straight away then starts to impact my credit score.
Straight away impact the CIBIL score.
Okay, so it is highly recommended that irrespective of whether the bank allows you to pay minimum balance, it is very advisable to pay the full amount.
Full amount.
Okay.
Okay, and then as usual, the outstanding debits. What are the debits you have? Just you need to maintain the proper EMI process.
Okay. So the net takeaway, sir, of that slide is that keep a healthy balance in terms of unutilized limit, pay your limits on time, and pay the full amounts rather than get tempted to pay part amounts.
Yes.
Okay. This is a very good slide. Please take us through this.
Yeah, the myth is the bankers also having the idea. The bank manager said if you are having the 700 above corner, just you can straight away give the loan to you. After that, just directly log into the file.
Right, sir.
Rejected.
What could be so what you're saying is there is no guarantee that just because I have a 700 plus score, then all is fine. So what could be the other reasons when you say it is not
we
enough?
need to thoroughly check the entire report.
Okay.
Okay, the upcoming slides we will explain those things.
Fantastic.
Bank managers and the other financial sector peoples also, what they think, just if you are having a score of 700 or 750, I am eligible for loan.
Perfect.
Not exactly. It's not only enough. Okay, we have we need to check several parameters. Okay, and then most of the peoples are trying to closing the old loans instantly. What they think that just if you are close all the loans, now my CIBIL score getting boost. No, the lengthy credit history plays the vital role.
So what you're saying is just because you're closing your old account doesn't rub off the old issues. The longer you maintain a clean credit history, the better for you.
Better for us.
Right.
Okay. And then credit score, checking credit score regularly can impact credit details. Not exactly. If suppose you are giving your KYC into some financial institutions and they check the credit score, it's the impact of inquiry. It will definitely affect your credit score.
So what is the recommended thing? So should we do it once a year? Suppose as
not like that. We have the direct option to verify our credit score in the direct site. In Transferable, Experian, Equifax, Thrift, they are providing the direct login details. Just you can direct the customer. The yearly once you can get one report per year as a free report. After that, you pay for the monthly or 6 months once or yearly packages.
But what you're saying is I can get a full-fledged free report once a year on the CIBIL's website after due verification.
Yes. Okay, we are dealing we are running the credit score as a soft CIBIL. The banker running the credit score as a hard CIBIL. What is the difference between both? Na? Just if run the CIBIL from our end, na, it won't affect the credit score. Okay, the banker running the credit score, na, it will definitely affect score getting down minimum 30 points.
Brilliant. So basically what you're saying is it also shows that you're approaching many entities for a loan.
Yes.
And thereby it affects, right? It also then says that one should not get tempted with saying free credit card, take it. Because every time someone is issuing a credit card, they are in the background running a CIBIL, CIBIL data for you.
Yes.
So one should not take unwanted loans or unwanted credit cards just because it is zero EMI.
Okay, that is fine. But what I'm trying to say, na, just if you're giving your KUC into someone else, na, they are putting in the multiple inquiries.
Got it.
Okay, so it will definitely affect your credit score.
Fine. What is the mobile app loan? What is that?
Nowadays, the more than 600 mobile app loans in India.
Okay.
Applications, mobile applications, Dani loans, Wisdom, Wheels EMI, Pay Me, Pay Into Me, Crazy Bee. Almost more than 600 mobile applications is live in India
Right.
without or with RBI permission.
Approval. Okay.
Okay, suppose some people are encouraging to the person just took the mobile application loan will help into the increase your credit score. But
Got it.
the entire scenario was wrong. Why? Because suppose the person having the salary of 1 lakh, but
Right.
availing the loan of 10,000. Okay, the credit manager what he decide to giving the loan or not. As a credit manager, what I'm design now? Why? Because he having the salary of 1 lakh, but he got approval of 10,000 mobile application loan. So he
Okay.
is in hurry.
Got it,
Okay.
sir.
So the credit manager end they simply reject the loan when we need a loan.
Understood.
Okay.
And anyone can check credit score. What would that mean?
Yeah, anyone can check the credit score. As a person can check the credit score personally. Without the person's permission, no one can check the credit score
So
without
it's a
giving your
confidential
KYC.
report. It's a
Yes.
confidential.
Yes. So you can the financial institution having the rights to verify the credit score, but they need a KYC. Without KYC, no one can check credit score. Okay.
Which is good. So there is a safety net that
Yes.
the credit score is not an open document. There is a
It
safety
is a
net.
confidential document, right? Because the most of the husbands doesn't know her wife about that loans and everything.
Got it, sir.
It's a confidential document, right?
Nice. Okay, this is a very interesting site. I want you to spend some time on this. Uh,
So, show a simple thing only. Suppose we have the EMI on the date of 5th, we should maintain the balance 4th of every month. So, we need to clear the ECS as a full payment on time.
right.
Either credit card payment or loan ECS, we need to clear the payments on time at least 1 day earlier. Okay,
Got it.
and then the same thing. Don't give your KOC into everyone for do multiple enquiries. If suppose you are providing your KOC into some DSA or financial institutions, they have the target month on month. The financial institutions have the
Correct.
target. When
Correct.
the time of the completing the target, so simply using your KOC into multiple enquiries. It obviously getting down into a score, and also you are not eligible for the loan for next 3 months.
So what you're saying is, even though you didn't have an intention to take a loan, because there are multiple inquiries, it then gives an impression that you're running around for money, and hence it impacts your score.
Yes. At the same time, just if we need a loan, just we can directly approach the bank or the trustable financial institutions.
Fine. Who
Just,
then will only do one check, and thereby you're very clear. So rather than go with multiple intermediaries, it's best to go to the original lender directly.
yes, and then just as a person or as a entity owner must be check their CAR and CMR regularly.
Okay. So when you say that regularly, I am allowed to do download the report once a year. So even if I'm not keen to take any loan, or I don't intend to take a loan for the next 2, 3, 4 years, you still recommend that at least once a year one should check the CIR records.
Not in a once a year. Every month you need to suppose to download your report and verify.
Okay, but assuming we don't do it once a month, but at least once a year, you feel we should at least do a check.
Definitely, we need to check because the number of enquiries, any unwanted loans into your account. Because nowadays the loan merging was there. Suppose the person name is Karthi from Chennai, another person name is Karthi from Mumbai, but the
Okay,
Mumbai Karthi took lot of loans. The entire loan.
will get mapped to him. Okay. I'm keen to know this point, sir. What are the common errors that occurs when you say, apart from the loan merger, what are the other most
The four types of clear error will be happened. The first one, I took one credit card or loan from some financial institutions. I paid fully, but still it's showing some errors, written off, write off, suit filed. willful default, doubtful customer, loss. Okay, and then second one is I took a loan or card from some financial institution. I didn't pay. Okay, just we need to help them to pay the amount and then we'll update the CIBIL. The third
Right.
one is the ownership error. Okay, I didn't take the loan from the concerned financial institution, but unfortunately the loan merged with my account.
Okay.
Fourth one is the dual PAN card. The
Okay.
four category of errors will be happened each and every person's individual or company's.
Okay. And assuming there is an error, then what is the remedial method? When you say contact the concern to resolve, so should we then write back to CIBIL and tell them to regularize it, or how does it?
Yes, and then we are the concerns for that.
Okay, so one of the methods is to go through y'all, or we reach out to CIBIL. The final point, sir, is don't close your credit account without an analysis. Can you elaborate a bit, please?
Yeah, suppose just you had a loan account with some financial institutions. Okay, before inquiry completely with the financial institutions before closing, because they making to some hidden charges on that loan. This is the process to apply the loan without affecting your credit CAR or CMR.
Right.
Cover CAR and CMR before applying the loan process. Don't give it to your KOC to the financial institutions and don't get rejections, because the person getting rejection in a single financial institutions, it may affect for your loan process for the next 90 days.
Right.
Okay.
So it's
we
best
need
that
to
we do
check
the
the
first
CAR
check.
first.
Yeah.
Yes, the first point. And then second check is that we need to get the two answers. One, credit be okay or not okay. Okay, if suppose the credit score is not okay, means we need to identify the issues. Then try to resolve those issues. What all are the issues will be there in our credit score? Overdue. The first one. Overdue, how it will be happened? Suppose the person having the EMI date of 5th, he will pay every month 6th or 7th of every month. Okay, the charges will be accumulated into the column of overdue. It will be reflected. Okay, second one is the return off or write off. Both are NPA, non-performing account.
Got it.
The person took a loan very long back, he didn't pay. The banker announced as a NPA.
Got it, sir. It's
Okay.
a non-performing asset.
And then third one is the suit file. And then willful didn't maintain sufficient balance. Purposefully, they are trying to bounce the ECS. The banker mark as a willful default. And
Correct.
then fifth one is a doubtful customer. Suppose the customer took a loan, kind of educational loan and then personal loan, the unsecured loans, but he simply paid the secured loans only, but he didn't pay the unsecured loans
Unsecured
because the
loans.
secured loans having the properties. Yeah, so they didn't focus on the unsecured loans. It may creating some doubts. The person having the source to pay, but he didn't pay. Okay, the person marked as a doubtful customer. And then last one is a ownership error. We already discussed those. I didn't took loan from the concerned institution, but it's showing in my credit score. It's the process for the not okay CIBIL. Okay, and then if suppose once we correct the CIBIL, then what we need to check now? We need to check our FOIR. Fixed obligation income ratio, called as a FOIR. The banker normally check the FOIR, then only they are providing the loans.
So is it like a
There are
ratio,
two
sir? Is it a
scenarios.
number? Is it a number? The FOIR?
Yeah, number only. For example, the concern having the salary of 1 lakh per month. Okay. So banker calculate FOIR as a 60,000 as a 60% only. So the person can pay up to 60,000 EMI. So suppose the person going into the personal loan, he can take 30 lakhs as a max. In suppose housing loan means 60 lakh as a max amount only. Okay, not more than that. If suppose the person having salary of 1 lakh, okay, minus existing EMIs. and then FOIA is a 60% or 70%. It may vary bank to bank.
Correct.
Okay. Simply we can get a FOIA calculation from Google itself. We need to simply we calculate CIBIL and then FOIA. Then only we can go for the loan application form. This is the perfect process for that.
So essentially, Mr. Chandran, what you're saying is, before one goes and approaches for a loan, it is better to do this due diligence check internally or on their own, and thereby then improve the chances of getting the proper loan and also the proper amount. Fantastic.
Yes.
The next slide, please.
The same thing only. Just if both the CAR and CMR is okay, and then FOIA will be okay, just you can go for the loans, or else we cannot secure loans. Okay. And then the issues, the same thing: overdue, written off, write off, suit filed, willful default, doubtful customer.
And doubtful
Those
customer.
are the issues will occur. Okay.
Right, sir.
The simple abbreviations in the credit score report, they're simply mentioning as a STD. It means standard. DBT, doubtful customer. So 3 times of hash is a number of days past dues. It's starting from 30 days to 900 days. Okay, SMA is a government loans for the subsidy loans, special mentioned account.
Yeah, that
loss LSS. Yeah, so the double time extra, the bank not reported into the credit institution regarding the loan details.
So, sir, these are abbreviations that are there in the CIBIL CIR report that an individual will download, and these are the terminologies that are being used. Fantastic. Go ahead, sir.
So, in your credit score report, what all are the informations into the credit score report? The first thing is the personal information about your name, date of birth, etc. So, second one is the contact information, your mobile number, mail ID, contact address, everything. Third one is the account information. From the date of you are getting your PAN card from to till date. What all are the loans you took? What type of credit cards you was took? Is it open or closed? Any issues is there or not? Everything will be reflected in the section of account information. Fourth one is the inquiry information. From the day 1 to till date, how many inquiries just done from your end? Those details will be reflected in the
inquiries for knowing the score.
Not knowing the score is for the loan process.
Loan processes. Okay. Whether the loan was sanctioned or not, that is immaterial. That was the total number of inquiries.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. And the chain will be customer, bank, intermediate, the credit bureau. For example, the credit bureau is the midpoint from the banker and the customer. If suppose the customer inquiry from the bank, the credit bureau mentioned those things. The same way, suppose the customer pay the dues properly, that also mentioned from bank to credit bureau.
So the bank supplies the information to the credit bureau for prompt payment also.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the potential issues as credit damage. Paid. We already discussed 4 points that paid. I took a loan or card from the concerned institutions. I fully paid, but still it's not updated in the credit report. Either overdue, write off, suit filed, everything. Not updated in the credit bureau. The first case of scenario. Second one is a non-paid. I took a loan of 1 lakh, but now they are they are telling to pay more than 10 lakhs. I'm not ready to pay. In that scenario, just we are connecting the customer and then banker for the waiver of amounts. Just to get a waiver from the pot amount, and then just we inform to the customer to complete the payments. We are providing the fund support also from the third party for the second scenario. Okay, and then third one is the ownership error. The same we already discussed it. The fourth one is a dual PAN card. The one person having 2 PAN cards by mistake or intentionally. That also major issue. Okay, as usual, target audience is the salaried individuals, business owners, individual with no credit history. It's a different part of history. Suppose the person doesn't take any loans or cards from day 1 to till. The profile called as the NH -1, no history. the most probably most of the bankers are not providing the loan for the NH profiles because the banker not getting any idea about the customer. He may pay or not. Based on the previous history only, the credit score will be arrived. Okay, so suppose the customer didn't take any loans, now the banker get doubt. He may by the most of the banks, but from our end, we have the selective banks for doing the loan for the NH profile also.
So how do we create a credit history, sir? In case I don't want a loan, but I still think so, I should then look at taking a credit card and start paying my dues on time. Is that one way to do it?
Yeah, just we have the multiple choices. The consumer products is the best option for the building the credit score.
Right.
Gold loan is the best option for the building credit score, and then you can choose the secured credit cards from the based on FD or against to savings like that. So initially we need to start from we can build our credit score.
Got it, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Building a strong foundation about your credit score. So monitor your credit report regularly. So free report per one report per annum. Just you can get your report based on monthly ratio below 30%. Make timely payment. Your credit mix, for example, diversify your credit mix like don't get a single scenario. For example, some people are getting the lot of numbers of credit cards only. They didn't pick any loans. So just we need to mix up both loans and credit cards because the score improvement for the credit cards is a 3 to 5 points only. The loan, suppose you are passing one single ECS, it will get around 7 points. So we need to maintain the diversity of credit mix.
Right.
Okay. And then the last one is a very important point. Co-sign with a caution. Most probably the number of people are suffered because of they did a co-applicant sign or guarantor sign or surety.
Right. So when the primary holder does not pay, their score also gets affected. Got it, sir.
We got a damage in our credit score. So how can just getting out from that? We need to maintaining the why we are discussing about the employment concern person giving some bank account changed the employment details na recognized to do change ECS to the X bank to Y bank auto. So we need to manage both ECS account is having the sufficient fund also. Okay. The same thing for the business persons for the credit growth only. This is you are asking na just fresh credit, fresh CIBIL holders.
Yeah, people who don't have a credit score. Yeah.
Yeah, credit score. So just we need to pay the utility bills and then simple secure loans like the car loan, jewel loan like that. Based on that, we can build our credit score. Okay. So this is the importance of the healthy credit score for the additional resources. Suppose we are maintaining the perfect credit score, not just we can get a high fire rate. The person having good credit score. Okay, one person not getting having the good score, the loan eligibility and then interest rate will be helping to the both individuals who having the high credit score getting eligibility and then low rate of interest.
Understood, sir. So are we come to the end? I will then have to move to some of the questions that I've timed up. Are we come to the end, Mr. Chandran?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so just to summarize, I think it's pretty interesting. Some of it we have assumed, and now we have a lot of clarity in terms of various aspects. So thank you, Mr. Chandran, on that. In fact, I do believe of late now, even for employment, apart from asking for your professional qualification, prospective employees are also checking the credit score of the would-be employees, right? So I understand that has now come where employees are also looking at what is the credit score of someone who's keen to join the company. So that to that extent, this becomes very important. I'll quickly, Mr. Chandran, take some of the questions in the remaining time that's available. We will do the questions till the time is available.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm not taking in any order, but I'll just go through. So one thing is that if there are co-borrowers for a home loan, and obviously, does the credit score then come to both the co-borrowers, or it is restricted to one?
Both.
So both the co-borrowers get the good and
Yes.
bad of it. Okay.
Yes.
And you're saying that the CIBIL portal will give you the access to your credit score. One is free once a year. The rest of it is on paid basis. I did check the
Yes.
CIBIL's website. It appears that all the payments are accessible. I mean, all the payment descriptions are given there. So, do we have platform that can access CIBIL with permission? I think there is, sir, in that CIBIL's platform also is described various methods, both the paid and the free version that is available. So one can browse through that and then we can take it forward. So this is a very interesting question from one Mr. Rohit, one of our partners, in saying that will there be discrepancy across credit bureaus? So you mentioned 4 credit bureaus. So will will the scores be uniform, or is there a chance that credit bureaus will have discrepancy, Mr. Chandran?
Score will be differ from bureau to bureau, because the one each and every bureau having the different type of. For example, in TransUnion Civil, the bankers expecting 750 plus. In the same way, in CRIF High Mark, they expecting 550 plus.
Right.
Okay, the 550 is the good score in CRIF. So number will not be in same.
Right. So would it then say that it is best to go to CIBIL, which is the largest, and then clear rather than going to every credit score company? Is it fine that if we just correct it in the CIBIL, which is the most used score, is that fine, or do we need to go and correct it in each of our of the 4 entities?
My suggestion is just we need to check both, all four the bureaus, and then we need to correct all the four bureaus at the time, because the most of the bankers taking support civil as nowadays. For example, you are applying loan in the Canara Bank. You are taking both the TransUnion civil as well as CRIF High Mark. Okay,
Right.
so
Right.
we need to check all four the bureaus and then maintain the good score in all four bureaus.
Got it, sir. So I think pretty interesting. I'm just trying to think if there are any other questions. So as I can see, sir, this is a personal query from me. Obviously, it's not related to this. So we get a lot of these fintech platforms which keep on pushing us to check our credit scores. What is their intent, sir? Why will an XYZ fintech platform keep pushing
They're
us
collecting your data simply.
Okay, so
They're
through
simply
by
collecting your
making us
data
check the
because
credit score, their intent is to collect my data because then you're authorizing
yes,
them to check the CIBIL score on our behalf. That's what you're saying.
they're just you are supposed you are giving your details into some free website now. Around 10 to 20 rupees per data.
Okay,
If suppose the concern providing the information to the banker for name, father's name, date of birth, mail ID, mobile number, employment details, salary details,
everything goes. Yeah.
everything, cost of 10 to 20 rupees per data.
Okay.
That
So
is the
it's
only reason they are trying to collect your information.
right. So it's best not to fall prey to this, and we should check our score either for the annual or regular self update, or only when we have an intention to actually go and take a loan. So it's a very good input because
My
now I realize
suggestion,
as to
yes,
why they push.
my suggestion is actually at least 3 months once we need to check our credit
Check
score.
about. Got it, sir. So I think that's very useful bit of information. You know, I think over the last 50 minutes, personally, I think I've got a lot of inputs. The way I would look at how credit scores are on an individual basis. So I think Mr. Chandran, you can take away the presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, firstly, I would like to thank Mr. Chandran, and I'll tell you, sir, because I was part of one of the seminars that I addressed in Chennai, and your presentation preceded mine. This is about 6, 8 months back, and that's the first idea that I had in terms of inviting you to come and address, because I felt it was a wonderful exercise. This is an important area for our partners because our partners basically, facilitate investments of our clients, of their clients. So I think this is a very important. While primarily our partners are looking at the investment side of their clients, I think this is a very important input that you have given. I think it would enrich, our partners. So on behalf of Canara Robeco, Mr. Chandran, I really wish to thank you, for taking your time out. I know you do have a tight schedule in middle of the week, so my sincere thanks to you for sparing this, and of course, making a very simplified presentation. I would say that is easy for all of us to understand. Uh, I would also like to thank all our partners. I think you have been. This presentation was possible only because of all the kind of enthusiasm our partners are showing to attend such events. And at Canara Robeco, our intent is to continue a more diversified range of such kind of presentations, which will not only focus on market outlook, but broad base our intent and perspectives across all spheres. And this is one of our efforts. Thank you all. Have a nice evening. Thank you, Mr. Chandran. Next time I'm in Chennai, I'll personally meet you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to share my details
Yeah.
and then knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All the best. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.